I'm Nora and this is Owlchemy Art. I was thinking, since recently 2 pieces of media have come out, more specifically Bridgerton Season 4 and Zootopia 2, maybe I can combine the two. And this all started with my junk journal, and I was just randomly sketching. I was thinking, why not embrace that concept and make a full spread of it? Bridgerton girls with animal features. Based on previous experience, you could probably guess what I'll be using today. Do I want to sketch with my color erase, or do I want to make a mess by smudging everything? Now I'm going to have to be completely honest. I don't know how, if at all, historically accurate this will be. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to draw specific characters. I think I'm just going to draw girls, and then deciding on whether that girl looks more like a cat or another animal, and then depending on that, choosing what animal she gets. So I want there to be a mouse, a fox for sure, a goat just because she was the original inspiration, maybe some kind of bird like an owl because they wear like ostrich feathers, a wildcat of some sort, so like a cheetah would be cute. And yes, I will be looking up references for these because I do not know it off the top of my noggin. By the way, if you just see me like randomly scrolling on like the outside of the camera's view, it's me looking at Pinterest and different hairstyles and looks throughout the Bridgerton series. I will not lie, season 2 was my favorite. And I know that's a little controversial. Like, yes, season 1 was amazing for what it was. It introduced the world, but I feel like Kate and Anthony's relationship was my favorite. I could start with those. I don't even know if I'll do all of them, but it's a good place to start. I want this girl to have a little top hat or like a little something on her head. She might have an updo with little curlies, little wispies. For now, I don't have an animal feature on her, but that will come later. So first I'm trying to figure out what her face will be. It's kind of fun just randomly sketching without knowing what I'm doing yet. This obviously needs more hair. Give her a neck and shoulders. So for her, maybe, I feel like mouse is not super matchy with her hair. Her hair has more tangled little curly cues. So maybe we could make her a bear for little bear ears. Bear nose, probably something like that. It looks slightly freaky. Oh god, is this gonna be like horrific throughout the entire thing? If so, I am already apologetic. I was like, this might be cute in my head, and then I'm drawing it and I'm like, ooh, maybe not. Maybe it's the eyebrows. The eyebrows don't really match bear vibes. For a bear, I feel like she would have smaller, round eyebrows. I feel like color will help, maybe. Or it might ruin everything, but you know, it's a 50-50 chance every single time. Give her some eyelashes. And I do realize that this is not gonna look exactly how I want it to in my head, but hopefully it'll come close to the vision. Okay, she's looking a little less freaky now. I hit a little patch where I was like, ooh, this might not work. Her face shape is off as well, I feel like. I give her a more round, cutesy face, like a teddy bear. Oh, that helped, whatever that was, the little line. Hey, she's not looking too bad. Okay, thank goodness. Maybe darker hair. Does anyone else get fascinated by that sound that the pencil makes whenever you just like draw a line? Like, scratches an itch. And then at other times it annoys the heck out of me. She's not bad. I'm so happy. Yay. Let's continue drawing. For the hat, I don't even know. First her ears. Give her fluffy little ears. By the way, I don't know if this is weird. I thought it's a cute idea. Maybe it's an awful idea. Most ideas do start off as awful and you're like, oh, okay, maybe they'll work, and then some don't, some do. I want hair going in front of the ears, just so they're pushed back into the head, or like they're kind of masked into her hair. Man, I really forgot how much I like drawing with mechanical pencils. For a little while there, I was only drawing with pens because I didn't like that pencils smudged. Also, I'm a very indecisive person, so I felt like pens allowed me to kind of battle that since I couldn't physically erase anything I put down. So I was like, oh, well, that line's there. I have to work with it now. And I will tell you, it does improve how you draw, but you can also unlearn how to use something. In my case, pencils, because I haven't drawn with them so long. I don't know if she's looking like a bear or if she's looking like a lion, but yeah, it should be fine. Darkening her eyebrows a little bit. She's kind of cute. I'm surprising myself. Like, she's not that bad. Oh, I just realized, since she has bear ears, does she need human ears? Is that weird? I think, yeah, I might just have to get those out of there. She has no human ears. So I'm just gonna cover it with a ton of hair. I didn't even think that through. Yeah, because if she has bear ears, she doesn't really need human ears. Clean this up a little bit. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Give her little curls. Probably shouldn't be doing this with my finger, but I'm too lazy to get a tissue. I want there to be a distinction of where her hair ends and where the curls begin. There's too many tangents, as in lines that cross each other, like so. A little better. I think maybe if I shrink it down a little bit, we can make it look a tiny bit cuter. I forget the pencils do that. They like accumulate the lead and paper shavings on the top of the eraser. Let's continue with the little top hat. Make it slightly round on top. And then since her hair's on the darker side, probably gonna leave the hat lighter than the hair. By the way, when I do say that Kate and Anthony are my favorite couple, I mean out of the main season. Charlotte and... I'm blanking on his name. What the heck? George. Oh my gosh. George and Charlotte were also one of my favorite couples. Like they were... chef's kiss. And that's not to say that like the actors or the directors were worse on the other seasons. I think it's a personal preference. I love stories that have that like yearning. I feel like once you get past that point, it's not as romantic for me. I love the like part where the people are kind of just like they want to be near each other. It's not even like anything super like touchy-feely. It's more wanting to be near that person. I think also growing up in a conservative home, obviously I don't mind spice. For me, it's just romance always... Did I say that the hat was just gonna be light? Oh well, it's slightly colored in now. For me, romance was always more about the emotional side of things rather than the physical side of things, and I don't know if that's common or if that's normal. I feel like the subject always kind of made me uncomfortable. Like I love reading high fantasy romance books. I feel like seeing it in person being acted out was, I don't know, even like slightly uncomfortable. Like I'm not supposed to be in the room with them. I don't know. It also felt like in season 4, anytime there was like a high tension romantic moment, they were just blasting music, and I felt like that kind of took me out of the moment as well. Where in season 2 there were moments where the audience was allowed breath, where they paused the music and they just let the actors feel each other's tension. And obviously I'm not into film or whatever, so I don't know much about that space of things, so I can't really speak onto like the whole production side of it, because from what I could tell, the two actors for Sophie and Benedict, they were amazing. Like even you can feel their chemistry whenever they're having interviews and stuff, and they have like a really good relationship, like even if it's just friendship. So I don't know, or maybe it's the storyline. Honestly, I do find that with partnerships that are not equally balanced, it's hard to feel for a couple. With Kate and Anthony, they were on equal grounds. They kind of had, even if it's not like station wise or class wise, it was emotional levelness, like where they both went through similar experiences, so they had a deeper understanding of with one another. With Benedict and Sophie, it almost felt like they didn't really even know each other that well, especially since pretty much for the entirety of the season they couldn't get to know each other because she was obviously the lady in silver and she was hiding that from Benedict, and Benedict didn't really open up to her because, oh, I don't know. I don't know what his excuse was. I don't know. It felt like there was less emotional depth for their characters compared to other couples. Like other couples went through more things and got to know each other on a more deeper level before they were together, if that makes sense. Okay, we're moving on to the dress. Sorry, I'm like rambling your ear off. So obviously we're going for the empire waistline. We got little cuffs. Is off the shoulder a little too scandalous? I think we'll stick with cuffs for this one, just because she looks a little more prim and proper. Bear. With bear. Oh, maybe give her a necklace. Or is that a little awkward with the hat? The hat is giving more tailored, so maybe give her a little jacket like so. And then this could be the dress. And I don't think I'm gonna be exploring too far down the dress. I'm probably just gonna stop here, but I want there to be a notice of glove. And for color, I want this to be darker and this to be lighter. Try not to lose the empire waistline and the gloves. The glove will come over the dress. There's a slight hemming right there. And I did say I want this lighter, so I'm just gonna do a slight shading near the bottom of the cuff. And then, do I want some kind of pattern, or do I want to leave it super simple and clean and elegant and all those words? And I think I will leave it as is. And then up here, collar situation. Does that make her look like she's weirdly shrugging? Probably. But this is what happens when you don't know how to draw anatomy. And I make that excuse that I don't know anatomy, which in reality I could learn. I just frankly don't have the patience for it, as awful as that sounds. Give her cleavage, but tasteful cleavage. I think we might be done with her, unless I want to give her dark gloves, which the rest of her outfit's pretty light, so I don't know if that will fit. Probably not. Okay, I'll leave it to be. All right, so there's our first girl. I don't know if I should label her as a bear or not. I guess she's gonna be a little one because she's our first one. I'm gonna put bear. Like so. I am kind of tempted to do the fox just because I know it'll be cute, but I could also do the goat as I kind of have sort of a semblance of an idea for the goat. But is the goat too similar to the bear? How big do I want it? This might be more of a close-up. And with a fox, I want there to be more angles. And I do want her eyes to be a little more crafty rather than big and round. And then foxes, I also think will have smaller eyebrows. Do I want her nose to be? I don't even know what noses look like for foxes. This is gonna be a placeholder until I can find an image of it. Hi, Cupid's bow. I want her to have a mole. Maybe not those lips. I want her to have an open mouth, almost like she's smiling, thin lips, and then put our eyes closer together, because if they're too far apart, it won't make sense, because technically the distance between the eyes is supposed to be the length of the eye, so like if this is that long, it has to be equidistant, which I don't know if I follow that rule every single time, but I try. Also, I always end up making the character look up, so why not? Ooh, maybe not. I don't like this eye. Never looking up. Is that slightly different? Give her a sharp eyeliner. She's looking slightly off and I don't know why. I will fix that later, I promise. I think I just need to take out the bridge of the nose. I just love when you start drawing and it automatically looks awful and then you slowly work on it and it gets back to being okay and then you do one extra line and then it starts looking awful again. Okay, she still looks slightly cross-eyed. I hate her nose. What I do like? The mole? Let's think of hair. What do I want for hair? I know I want her to have the huge fox ears. That's already a given. I want the fox ears in there. So what hair do I do so it doesn't mess with that? I can kind of do one of Daphne's hairstyles where it's like slightly down, but most of it is up. Ooh, or I can give her like a braided crown back there. Have a kind of like a middle part and then kind of have her hair going down like so. Obviously her ears may be covered, so you guys never know if they truly don't have ears or if it's just their hair covering it. Anti-smart. Let's give her a temporary neck. You can have hair over the shoulder, hair behind the shoulder, and then I want to decorate her ears so bad, but I don't know if it'll look weird. I guess I can give her little pearls here. Give her a pearl necklace. And then, how does a fox's nose look like? Let me just search this up quickly. By the way, for reference, I'm looking at like Robin Hood style stuff. And I feel like with foxes, usually they have a little more wispiness to their hair. I'm just gonna have little wisps. So it looks like it's pretty sharp. Something like that, maybe. Oh, I can do a bunny rabbit or a raccoon. A raccoon would be so... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, back to fox, back to fox. So wedding dress and now the wedding marches in my head. I can do a ram instead of a goat. Oh, maybe if I give her eyeshadow. You know what? She doesn't look the best, but I can work with this. A little braided crown. The one thing that's still bugging me is this eyeball and this eyeball. Okay, let me just... That's her nose. Her ears are technically here. So it'd be along this line. Make him a little closer. Does she look even weirder now? Is that what's going on? Raise her eyebrows, maybe. Okay, those aren't bad. Now it's the nose that's freaking bugging me. Maybe if I center it more, move it, or maybe it's this chin that's bothering me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna start erasing everything and then redrawing it and then seeing what bugs me the most. Or more of a curve. Oh yeah, heck no. Reverse chin right there. Like, she's not terrible. It's just there's something bugging me about it. Oh, maybe it was that line. Like, I erased it and it looks already better. Just that one little line. Okay, I'm gonna shade her nose slightly. Give her dramatic eyes. Eyes will forever be my favorite part to draw. Just because they give so much life, you know? Did that ruin it? Maybe. I don't think I should have gone that low with the eye slit. Also, I feel like I shouldn't shade it as dark as I did. Just leave it. Okay, dark in here, dark in here. I want it to look like she's elongated at the nose. Okay, I don't like that. Thank God I'm drawing with a pencil. Can you imagine if I was drawing with pen? Yeesh, now time to mess up the other eye. Maybe it's this 3 quarter view that is just messing with my self-esteem. Like, I can't figure out why I'm hating it, but every time I draw it, it just bugs me. And I mean specifically this eye. It's going in the rubbish bin. I'm gonna start cleaning my eraser more often. Ugh. I've been erasing this spot so much I feel like I'm starting to tear up the paper. I have never had this much trouble with this stupid eye before. Oh, okay. I think maybe I've done it. I don't want to speak too soon, or else I will jinx it. I might have spoken too soon. I have spoken too soon. Maybe if I give her an under, like bottom lashes, he'll bounce the eye out. Maybe, hopefully, please. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna get much better than that. I think actually this side of the face will be slightly in shadow. Let's see, I had a middle part here. Yes. Then I had hair. Yeah, I kind of went the easy way and just totally cover that eye. I didn't think about that. Oh well, too late now. I mean, it's not too late, but I have battled with that eye long enough that I'm like, I'm not erasing it or covering it. Darken the tip of the ear. Oh, wait a minute. I just took out the line that was down below. Don't like this curl down here. Erase. Okay, I am locking in her chin. Then it looks like it curves here. Slightly fluffy inside. Shade inside of the ear. Kind of looks like an ear, right? Same thing here. I am just smudging her more and more. I'm so sorry. Continue the braid up here. Kind of tumbles out behind her. Can leave one curl in front and then shade below her neck. Finishing up her hair. I'm gonna also add some shading on the back here. Okay, I think she's done. Probably. Maybe. Since I have completed her, but I'm not in love with her, I might add color on top. We're obviously gonna have some orange. Is this too neon? Probably. But do I care? No. And these are acrylic markers. They're not fully opaque, but it will cover over some lines. Not all, but some. I'm actually having fun. It's been a while since I've tried a new medium, and it's always fun to switch between alcohol markers and some other media. I've been wanting to get into watercolor recently, just haven't had the excuse to, but maybe I'll make a video as an excuse to do it. The good thing about this orange is you can actually kind of see through it, so some of the lines for the hair will not disappear. Which is nice. The bad thing is it does pick up some of the graphite. Yeah, I was hoping I would have more time just so I could do all of these, but I think we might only be able to do one more before I hit the point where I'm like, I might be art block. Into little fly away. Oh, did that on accident. Oh, now it's part of it. I have this Tombow brush pen and I got it quite a while ago, so it might not be super juicy. All right, there's some line art. I might also do some line art on the nose, just a little bit, and maybe some on the lips, like so. I might take this potato brown, because it's still kind of orangey, and I'm just going over where I want it darker for the hair. I'm basically using it to shade, and then the ends will probably also be a darker color. And that brush pen that I used is slightly picking up, so being a little muddy. And then maybe even on the ears a little bit, this little bit on top. Do you think I would forget? In all fairness, I did. Now, blue usually goes good with orange. Okay, this one does show up. This is the one. This might look super cheesy. We're about to see. This is not the direction I thought it would go. And while I technically didn't make a rule against it, I might bring in some color pencils. Oh, I don't think that's doing anything. I'm debating whether I even like this. You know what? They can't all be successes. Maybe, maybe not. That blue might have been a bad choice. Okay, you know what? Maybe let's save it with some white. Trying to save it with some shading. Maybe if I make her eyes slightly darker. I honestly don't know if I'm ruining this or not. Okay, well, she's not perfect. I think I just need to stop messing with it. Let's tactfully retreat into this corner. Yeah, trying to draw the owl one. Seeing if I can redeem myself. And I think this one will have a plume. You know how they wear ostrich feathers? I'm giving her an updo. And of course, fluffy feather. It's kind of giving Cinderella. Just adding little curly wisps. Honestly, probably my favorite part to draw with the hair. Completing the face. I kind of want it to look like a heart, just because most owls do have kind of that like feathering down the middle. Give her dark eyes, dark enough to peer into your soul. Some eyelashes. I'm giving her more of a sharp nose to imitate a beak. I think so far this one has probably been the least animalistic. She looks very human. Her little smile. Like she's slightly unimpressed. Pleat her hair. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, no. Nope. I was maybe thinking like making it look more beak-like, but I don't think that's a good idea. The bear is still my favorite. Since I'm not doing much over here, maybe I can give the impression of feathers. For her dress, give her a slight little necklace with hanging jewels. And I think since she's more fancy, give her a ruffled neckline, big puffy sleeves. Maybe decorate her hair with feathers. Give her a ton of brooches and stuff in her hair. Probably not historically accurate, but you know, it's fine. I'm enjoying myself. Or at least trying to bring the joy back. I was really enjoying her. I don't know. After this fox girl, it's kind of plummeted. I think with this one, I'll give her line art, but I won't color her in. Being very careful. Hands are so shaky right now. I feel like my favorite part of any eye is the little eye shine. It's just so fun to draw in. Trying to use quick strokes because the thicker the line and the more unbroken it is, the more the line seems to stick out. So if you want it more wispy of a line, you're gonna have to work very gently. So see how this line is darker? It almost brings this part of it forward, makes a distinction between the front and the back. A little bit of plumage. Very textured. Now that I've done that, I might just go back in with my pencil and darken where I want to darken it. Right here, where her hair casts a shadow underneath her eye. Separate it under her chin. These sleeves. Some shading under the nose, adding some random embroidery. And for pearls, I usually just do a circular motion and then a smaller circle and I build out around that. I don't hate it. It's not too bad. We got our bear, our fox, and our owl. I think we have space and time for one more. Could do the goat one. I feel like that's what like got me hooked on the idea of it. So maybe facing this way. Might even be cute to do a like a side profile. Just a little goat ear. And then I want her to have her hair brought back. A little goat nose here. Yes. Okay. For once I could do a side profile. Beautiful. Ooh, I can even make it like a ram. It'd be cute if she had a braid, maybe. So if she was a ram, she would have her ears. And it would kind of point out with little floppy ears. And then she would have form right here. And it would hook back around, I think, over her ear. Like so. Maybe something like that. And then I could also give her, instead of like a long ponytail, I can make her hair to a small little braid. Like so. So we're not going to see much of her outfit, but I think the focus will be her face. So a little heart nose. She's gonna have her hair brought back mostly. It's gonna be her eye. I feel like it'd be cute if she had little freckles. I've been currently on the craze of adding freckles to everybody. So I'm like, why not? I wish I had naturally curling freckles. I feel like freckles are so adorable. I want to touch it. The face. Yes. And then her eyelash will just peek over her nose and get her ear in here. Her horn's gonna be pretty dark. Like so, and then her hair is just gonna go back somewhere over there. You know what? I think this entire time I was just wanting to draw this goat girl. I was like, yes, let's draw Bridgerton. But in fact, I'm like, can I draw a goat girl, please? I'm really liking her. And I shouldn't be saying that because I just know I'm gonna jinx myself. Her lips probably need to be a little bit fuller on top. Balance it out. And then I'm gonna erase this line in the hair. And then some shading. Shading under the chin. Yay! Cool girl. I love her. She brings me so much happiness. Okay, I think I'm done with her. I like her. I'm leaving her alone. Oh wait, I wanted to give her little earrings, didn't I? Give her little piercings. I love characters with piercings as well. Piercings, tattoos, freckles. I'm so glad we did her. She's one of my favorites. Okay, now I'm just thinking of like what to do to fill the space. I'm the kind of person who won't finish the sketchbook because I need to fill all the white space because I'm like, oh, I'm wasting paper. I can do little flowers, right? I'm gonna bring this pink down here to fill up the space. I'm trying to think of something blue. That way I can use my blue paint marker so it ties back into this. Oh, actually, since their pearls are blue, I can kind of add a little blue sheen to them. Outline, since she's my favorite. Well, one of my favorites. I feel like her and her are my favorite. Don't tell the others. Little outline in blue. I feel like I should have actually drawn her in pink and then given her a blue outline. You know, it's fine. I love outlining my characters. I will often do it in pencil where I smudge it and then I go in with an eraser and outline the character that way, which since I've done that, I might do that with her. So what I mean is I literally take my finger, smudge around the character, just smudge, 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 smudge until it's pretty dark. And then I will go in with a clean eraser and just clean up the edges. And that's just to make them pop out of the page. So I'll go around the entire character. And you can see this a little more than that on that side. Last but not least, I am going to go in with my dark pen and just go over the title. By the way, I spoke quite a bit on Bridgerton just because I have a stronger opinion on it. Zootopia 2, fantastic. No complaints, except I wanted more romance, but you know, they can't really do that. I like the villain of the story. I like that they brought back old characters. Yes, some stuff was predictable. On that note, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed these girls as much as I did. If you want, comment down below what's your favorite season. I honestly prefer season 2, but let me know your opinion. Thanks for coming along on the adventure, and I hope to see you next time. Until we meet again.